part of National, and I've loved every second of it. I love that being on a national committee gives you a sense of community within JBUSA. I love that once you kind of reach that national level, you gain a better understanding of what the international level looks like, and I think it's really important to see where JBUSA fits into the international structure.
Being in a national position has been one of the most rewarding things that I have done with my life so far. I can't imagine my life without these roles that I've had. It's taught me more than any other opportunity that I've ever been a part of.
When I first decided to apply to a national position, I thought I was in way over my head, and I had no idea what was going on. But once I made it to the committee, I realized that I wasn't the only one feeling that way. But through the process of having the position, I learned so much about CISV, what it means for me and what it means for other people, and how it's different for everyone.
So I learned a lot about how to run CISV activities, and I became a much better leader both within CISV and outside of it.
At my first National and Junior Board meeting, they were called board meetings back then, I was too afraid to apply for a national position. And sure, it was my first, and I didn't really fully understand the rules of each different national committee, and much less the acronyms. I can't help but think what would have happened if I hadn't had the chance to go a second year, or if my second year I wouldn't have gotten on the committee that I wanted, and how different my life would have been because of that.
So 2 years ago I was chapter president of the Cincinnati chapter, and I was kind of like looking ahead, seeing that my term was going to end and feeling like I just had a lot more ideas and a lot more that I wanted to do with JB. So I just decided to run kind of on a whim. Honestly, when I ran for NJBOT, I had no idea what NJBOT was. I had read the description, but I really had no idea what it meant to be a member of NJBOT. And like the first couple of meetings, I was pretty quiet, and I felt like I was a little bit out of my depth maybe. But as I spent more time on NJBOT, I realized that my opinions about the structure and the shape of JBUSA were just as valid as anyone else. And the more time I spent thinking about it, the more ideas I had. And it was one of those things where I really had to jump in to realize how much I love working on JBUSA stuff.
I was a little nervous when I first applied for the position, but really there was nothing to be nervous about. The whole application process was pretty easy, and there was always older JBers that were willing to help guide me through it.
I've loved being part of national committees because I see that national committees each have very important and specific roles for helping JBUSA function and run smoothly, and it has given me a sense of importance, knowing that I have a very special and specific role.
There's this notion going around that people who apply for these national positions have to be super qualified, they have to be experts, they have to know exactly what they're doing. If you ask people who are in these national positions why they decided to get involved, or how they decided to get involved, you'll hear from a lot of them that they wanted to do it and they just decided to go for it. And they got it, and they're doing amazing jobs right now. So don't worry about if you're qualified, and if it is your first NJBM, go for it.
I think that everyone has a place that they can fit in on national, and maybe you don't know that place, but if you come and talk to someone who is familiar with what national looks like, then maybe we can help you out. So I definitely encourage everyone who's interested to talk to someone and kind of see what could work best for you.
So I'd say if you've been involved in CISV for a little while and you want to get involved on a national level, then it's a really good idea to apply.
Everyone is so passionate, so excited about CISV and about things in the world, and it's just so cool to meet all these different people. I've also developed a lot on my own. I've definitely increased my leadership skills, communication skills through learning and mentoring with other people, and it's just been an awesome experience. If you're thinking about applying for a national position, I highly encourage you to do so. JBUSA is one of my favorite parts of CISV for me personally, so if you're at all interested in trying it out, I highly encourage you to do so.
It's not going to be easy. You're going to fail at some point, and that's great, because JBUSA is really special in that you can fail and you will learn from that, and that's the biggest learning opportunity that you're gonna have. It's a really unique, really rewarding experience, and it's gonna change who you are a little bit for the better. It's an opportunity that you don't want to pass up because you're nervous about it. So please research these positions, do some soul searching. There's a position out there for you. You just have to apply for it.
And I would say if you have any interest at all in being part of JBUSA, if you think it's something you might like, just run, because you really don't know what it's going to be like until you do it. But once you get there, it's incredibly fun. I've made a lot of really good friends, and I've learned so much about how to be part of an organization, about JB. So I would just say if you have any interest, you should run.